we're going to be bombarded with a lot of messages from Republicans and MAGA and white people about how sorry they are that they voted for Agent Orange. One common refrain that I hear a lot is, but we didn't vote for this. We didn't vote for Elon Musk. We didn't vote for people to be laid off. We didn't vote for cuts to our health care. Yes, you did. You just thought that it wouldn't be you that would be affected. That's truth. But recognize what the end goal of this strategy is. These posts that they're making that are heartfelt, talking about, oh, they are so regretful and that they didn't realize that their vote would cause all of this chaos. All that is designed to do, along with their rage baiting and their trollish behavior, is to get attention centered on them. They have a deep pathological need to be the center of attention. They really believe that the universe revolves around them. And if you're Black, you definitely know that. They are constantly involved in our business. For us to be so inferior, for us to be so worthless to American society. They are in the comments constantly of our videos. They rip off our creativity and make their poor, mediocre copies, because they need to be the center of attention. And they really do have, again, a pathological need for us to center them. They want to garner sympathy, and not just MAGA and Republicans, liberal white people too. I can't tell you how many comments I've gotten in my recent videos from white people talking about, I'm not MAGA, and I've never voted Republican. I did not vote for Agent Orange. You can't lump all white people in the same. What I do is delete the comments and block those people. Again, they want our energy, our time, and attention. And the best way to combat them is to not give it to them. And when you see these posts, a couple of them have gone viral. I'm going to tag Tabitha Speaks Politics. She is excellent. I'm going to tag Tabitha. Y'all go follow her and watch her videos. She talks about this, about viral posts from MAGA people talking about how regretful they are. They're not regretful. They're feeling the heat from the fires that they said that they thought that they would be insulated from. They thought they would be the ones standing back and watching everybody who is not them be decimated. But see, that whirlwind has now gotten them caught up. They didn't anticipate that. And I've made another video talking about how they are not ready. But don't be fooled by these town hall meetings, because they held town hall meetings just like the ones they're holding now, where they are going off on their representatives because they're mad. They did the same thing during Agent Orange's first term. And guess what? They reelected those same representatives again. Again, this is to get attention, because if they were truly pissed, and I believe that that day may come sooner than later, they're going to bring that January 6th treasonous insurrectionist energy to Washington. That's when we know that they are truly upset. But they're not that upset yet. They just want us to say, oh, but now they knew about Project 2025. Former Vice President Kamala Harris, she told them, we told them, everybody told them about Project 2025. And Agent Orange himself said exactly what he was going to do. But you remember all of those rallies that were just 21st century versions of Klan rallies? That's why they voted, because he embodies everything that they believe. Or so they thought. Because again, they thought that they were exempt. And they're not. Karma does not play. But it's only beginning. They are really not sorry yet. They're really not regretful yet. Oh, but they're going to be. And we'll know the difference. So y'all just stay the course. Y'all be careful out here.
From history books to Hollywood, from global politics to everyday conversations, there is a common theme. White people often act as if the world revolves around them. But why? What fuels this mindset? Watch and pay attention, and I will share my thought later.
Black women are aggressive. Black women are ghetto. Black women are money hungry. Fine. Let's say that all of that is true. Now what? What do you think would happen if black women were just like, sure, okay. White people have made a habit of redefining words to suit their own agendas for hundreds of years. They change what things mean to benefit themselves. And we know that. So when the conversation of the reclamation of the N-word comes up, nobody blinks an eye. We understand the power we took back by reclaiming that word. Every single thing that they say about us is coded. Nothing is honest. Nothing is sincere. And the bigger question is, why would we ever care about the perspective or perception of a group of people whose whole existence is banking on minimization of another group? Everything that they love about themselves is about reflection from another group. Ask a white person what they love about themselves without bringing somebody else into it and watch them fucking fumble. Fine. Black women are aggressive. Now what? Because I know when you call me aggressive, what you mean is that I am strong in my standard. That I don't pull no punches, that I'm not willing to perform, that I don't fake niceties like you do to survive. When you call me aggressive, what you mean is that I refuse to play the fucking game. So hell yeah, I'm aggressive. I'm firm in who I know that I am. And I'm firm in what I know I deserve. And if you choose to define that as aggressive, then bitch, I'm aggressive. If you choose to define the way that I express my culture as ghetto, then bitch, I am ghetto. I'll beat all of that. I'm going to reclaim the word because I have the power of reclamation. You don't. And you hate that shit. We talk a big game, but we don't walk in the power of the energy that we are claiming. If you really do believe that black women are everything that we get online and say that we are, then we got to stop being so goddamn weak, so movable, so impressionable that they can get online and trigger us with one goddamn post. Fuck what they're saying. Who are you? You are the blueprint. Every time they shit on you, they're not just shitting on you, they're shitting on themselves. Laugh at that shit. But a lot of us can't do that because we don't actually feel confident. We're performing confidence. We don't actually feel valuable. We're performing value. And until we get to the root of that shit, we will continue to be easily triggerable. They will continue to use us to siphon our energy out of us for views, for likes, for energy. Because you don't believe your energy is that valuable, so you easily give it away. We could starve them of energy and end all of this shit, but we won't. We could block them and keep it moving. We could laugh at them in their fucking faces and watch them crumble. We could literally give them no energy and watch them suffocate because we are their air. Ask yourself why we won't do it. Fine. Black women are...
I've never heard of an angry black woman pew-pewing a school. I've never heard of an angry black woman unaliving people on the Vegas Strip, movie theater, or grocery store. I've never seen or heard of an angry black woman doing the Yahtzee salute or carrying a flag. I've never heard of an angry black woman unaliving a 12-year-old black boy. I've never seen or heard of an angry black woman wearing a white hood over her head. And I've never heard of an angry black woman writing a manifesto and calling it Project 2025. I say all that to say, if you still think black women are the angry ones, that lets me know everything I need to know about you.
You used God to enslave my foreparents. You used God to segregate me in school. You used God to put me in the back of the bus. Have you no shame? God created every person in this room. Are you saying that God made a mistake? This is not about God, it's about men who choose to discriminate against other people because they have the power to do so. My record will not show that I voted against Mr. Cicilline having his rights. My record will show that when I had the opportunity to deliver liberty and justice for all, I voted for rights for all.
This country is going to hell in a handbasket. I know the other side is happy. They're like, yes, we're getting our country back. We get to finally get rid of the black people and the people of color. They see this as a victory for America because then they can go back to being their mediocre selves without any competition because black people won't be here. And I know we should be doing everything in our power to stop this from happening. But deep down inside, I'm thinking that this is supposed to happen. It's supposed to happen exactly like this. Since I was a child, I've always had really, really vivid dreams. And a lot of my dreams ended with complete destruction of my environment, which to me symbolizes the destruction of America at large. But I won't get into that nonsense, dream psychology and shit. America has always been due for a reckoning. And I am also due for a reckoning. I've come to realize that I am also culpable. Yeah. I had a really hard time boycotting at the very beginning. As an autistic person, change is just really, really hard for me. I like structure and I like routine, and boycotting some of the places that I've always routinely shopped at was very hard for me. I've slipped up and I've not worn my mask like I should. And if the revolution were to ever happen, I have thought, am I willing to compromise my job? Am I willing to compromise my living situation? And am I willing to compromise my life for this? Some days, hell yes. Other days, hell no. To an extent, America deserves what's coming. And to an extent, I also deserve what's coming. I take full responsibility for my inaction. I take full responsibility for the fact that I could have done so much more. And so when, and I do mean when, America burns down, I probably deserve to burn with it, to be honest. I want to thank my ancestors for building this country, but I also want to thank my ancestors for burning it the fuck down. We see you.
Racism isn't about hating black people. And this is something Africans and black people have forgotten. Every action towards another person is first an emotion internally. So if you spread hate on other people, that is because you spread hate towards yourself. White Europeans have an identity of pure difference. You think they hate black people, but they can't stop taking our shit. They can't stop dressing like us. They can't stop talking like us. They can't stop acting like us. They can't stop, again, stealing our resources, our history, our historical artifacts. They can't stop doing that. They can't stop talking about us. And you think, oh, these people hate you. They don't hate you, my brother. They want to be you. They hate the fact that they know that we are the blueprint for all humanity. All humanity started on the African continent. At some point, every single person on this fucking planet looked just like me. Or maybe they even had darker, beautiful skin. Even darker than myself. These people don't hate you. You have black people in the United States. And those black people, they are Africans. Because once you say, I'm not just black, I'm African, then you are connected to the history of Africa, to the people, to the culture, to the music. But once you say, I'm just black, you just exist in the realm of the United States. But it matters little. Because you are still an African. It's only the white Europeans in the United States that want to disconnect you from your own history. But that's something they can never do, because history is the truth. They will have to face the real facts that they just can't stop thinking about us. They can't stop talking about us. They can't stop trying to look like us. They want your hair. They want your style. They want your music. They want your athletes. They want your people. They want to be you, bro. They even created myths about if a white woman sleeps with a black man, she'll leave her husband. They think you're that powerful, bro. Make it make sense. And yet they make you believe that you want to be like them. Be like them. They want to be like you, nigga. You heard that shit, my brother or sister? They want to be like you. Don't ever fucking believe that, I want to be like them. They want to be like you. They have created an entire system of discrimination so that people won't be like you. But yet, your way of talking, your way of dressing, your music, your style still dominates. Africans still dominate all these sports. And it's not because, Africans have this gene. No! When y'all niggas left the African continent, you lost it. It's not that we are different. You are the ones who are different. It's not us that spread hate towards you. It's not us that attempts to exclude you. We invite, we give warmth, we have abundance. We don't keep things to ourselves. We share. It is you. It is them who don't want to associate themselves with us. But that matters little because we still dominate. It's just how it is. Never forget that stuff, bro. These white people, they don't hate you. They hate themselves. And that hate manifests itself through the hatred of you. Someone who is completely different from themselves. As Europeans have an identity of pure difference. Don't ever let these niggas tell you that you want to be like them.
It's very simple why they want to provoke the black community. You know, it's no surprise they would do it after that debacle of a speech from last night. Look at the economy, okay? Look at the stock market. It's going down, okay? We are probably heading towards a recession. And that is all due to his decisions in the White House. All the rollbacks, the DEI rollbacks, all that stuff, that affected his voters, all right? That affected people that supported him more than it affected us. The spending resolution, all right? Getting rid of Medicaid. Everybody knows that's happening, okay? His voters, not happy about that. Social Security being disrupted, his voting base. He just laid off 80,000 veterans from the VA, 80,000 people working for the VA. His voting base. You guys are right. The plan was always to dismantle everything, make everything complicated, disrupt the system, destroy all these services, build frustration, get people mad. Okay? That was always the plan. But what they needed to cover up the fact that this is their fault, what they needed to cover up the fact that these are their decisions and nobody is to blame but them and the Republican Party, what they needed was for there to be anger in the streets, specifically from our community. The fact that they're not getting it is absolutely throwing off their plans, all right? And as things continue to get worse, they cannot continue pointing the finger. They just can't. How long are you going to keep blaming progressive policies and trans rights for the economy being messed up when you've taken away all of those policies and all that legislation? How long are you going to keep getting away with that excuse? How long do you think people are going to believe that you are not working for Russia, okay? How long do you think people are going to believe that Elon Musk is not just stealing money? How long do you think that's going to last? You think that's going to last to the midterms? You think that's going to last to 2028? Let's say in some fantasy world you get that next term. You think that's going to last to 2030, 2032? No, it won't. What they need in order to mitigate that, what they feel like they need, is someone to blame. They needed to get black people angry so we could go out there, protest, cause an uproar, get upset the way they felt like we were getting upset back in 2020. And then not only can they do that martial law thing, they can blame all of the economic struggles that people are going through on us and our anger. That's what they've always done. So like I said, if y'all trying to pardon that man, why don't you do it? Why don't you do it and see how little effect that has on anybody's emotions? The problems that are going on in this country lay squarely at the feet of this administration, all right? They're not going to be using any other resource to shift the blame for the decisions that they are making to ruin American lives.
For centuries, European colonial power expanded across the world, claiming land, enslaving people, and erasing cultures. The idea of white superiority was not just an excuse for this domination, it became deeply ingrained in Western identity. Colonizers believed they were the center of civilization, and that mindset never really disappeared. Instead, it evolved into modern Western exceptionalism. Look at the media we consume. They have spent decades making white people the heroes of every story, even when the story is not theirs to tell. From biblical films with all-white cast to movies about Africa starring white saviors, the message is clear. White people are the default, the main characters, the ones who matter most. This constant reinforcement shapes how they see the world and how the world sees them. From a young age, white children are taught vision of history that centers them. School curriculums focus on European achievements, gloss over the horrors of colonialism, and downplay the contribution of non-white civilization. The result, many white people grew up believing that their culture is the foundation of human progress and everything else is just afterthought. Let's talk about power. The US and Europe control much of the world economy, politics, and media. Western countries dictate global policies, interfere in other nations' affairs, and expect the world to follow their lead. When war injury dominates so many aspects of global life, it is easy for the people to assume they are the center of everything. This white world mindset is not just annoying, it is harmful. It leads to cultural erasure, racial bias, and a refusal to acknowledge systemic inequalities. When white people see themselves as default, they ignore the struggles and perspectives of others, dismiss calls for justice, and expect the world to accommodate their comfort. So why do white people think the world revolves around them? Because history, media, education, and global power structures have conditioned them to believe it does. But that does not mean it has to stay this way. Challenging these narratives, amplifying non-white voices, and embracing a more inclusive worldview is the only way forward. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to like this video and share your thoughts in the comment box below. Until next time, cheers and have a good one.